Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Line gets set, first down. Running back searching for a hole. Discards a man. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down. Understand the situation. Understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
That's the type of explosive play you love to start a drive with. First down from the 42. They're going to ride this running back. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. Guys, in basketball through the years, we've seen the Big Ten ACC Challenge, and it'll be fun to watch this one on the football field.
I think this is going to be a real test of physicality. I know these are two conferences that pride themselves on that, going out and establishing the line of scrimmage. So, David, interesting X's and O's matchup here in this one.
Yeah, and it's always cool to have those measuring stick opponents. Like, once we start getting deeper in the season and start having the comparison game, well, you have a matchup, a big matchup of a Big Ten school versus an ACC school. This will be used in the college football playoff criteria.
Makes his connection. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
To the air on first down. He fires one deep over the middle. And that pass is intercepted. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.
Rain games are so annoying for an offense when you want to throw the football and it's coming down and you can't grip it. But I just remember back in Little League football, rain practices were the best, weren't they? You just run and dive as hard as you can into the puddles, see how far you can slide, and the great thing was, Mama had to clean your uniform and not you.
Here's the handoff. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Got the quick pass. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time in late in the season.
This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. He'll try to get it through the air. Throwing right. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
And I know it wasn't successful there, but you can go back to last week. Like, they're going to throw this man the football. They find creative ways to get him the ball. Really good coaches give their playmakers the ball in space, and that's what I like about this offense. I bet they come back to him and find a way to throw him the football some more.
They told us they were going to be aggressive no matter where they were on the field. Didn't take long to prove it. Going for it on 4th down in their first drive. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got it past the marker. And this junior loves to show off that big arm.
And they are showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
The give from the gun. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Here's why this was so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
They've got it down to the 32. First and 10 coming. They'll give it to him again. Not much there on the run. He gets one to the 31.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. Those guys, those running backs coming, they just need a mid. They put one mid on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They've got him looking to run, but they're going to throw it. Fires toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. They couldn't connect on 2nd down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Pulls it in. Right on the money with that throw. The defense was there, but they are in the red zone with a first down at the 12.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdowns.
Takes it into the end zone for a touchdown.
And I tell you what, this offense, man, we got a small sample size. We only had one game where they were unbelievable last game, but another score early in this football game. This offense is looking like a force to be reckoned with.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The offense set for a first down play. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Unloads quickly. At the 40, there he goes. Open runway ahead. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Fires to the big fella. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Just inside the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 19. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And he'll skip his way out of bounds after a short gain, making sure he doesn't take any unnecessary punishment.
Nice job by the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB run.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. The give to the right. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. It's in. Complete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted.
The quarterback has got to just settle down and take a breath. Threw a bad pick last drive, almost threw another one on that last play. He's got to regain his focus.
He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
And this has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next third down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
Okay, ready? 3rd and goal for the offense. Wide out in motion. Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
Well, here's an interesting decision. It's early in the game. Do you want to be aggressive and try to seize momentum and go for this? Or do you just take the field goal and take the points?
This seems to be a chip shot field goal attempt and a routine 3 points, but they will go for it on 4th down. Into the end zone, and it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs.
Man, that is just a great job on defense there on 4th down, making a play on the ball in the air. Everybody had their eyes on the quarterback, but having great timing, swatting the ball away and doing it cleanly. No PI, and as a result, that defense has earned a rest. They're coming off the field.
He finds enough room to get it over the 10-yard line, and he's down at 13.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. He'll pull it down and run. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact.
2nd and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great being ahead of the sticks.
Ball spotted at the 21. It's 1st down. He's going to pass. They get to him as he throws. And that pass picked off. And he's going to cruise in with this one. It is a touchdown. PAT unit on the field. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Colorado went scorched earth in a double-digit win that might have been worse had they not sat the starters there in that fourth quarter. Total destruction by the Buffs in a statement win if there ever was one. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Quickly out to the tight end. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
This offense has a second down play. Quick touch pass to the receiver. They stop him at the 42, but they're on a roll with a pickup of 15 and a first down.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. He wants to throw. Unloads to the right. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
Looking to throw on second down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Crosses the 30. He's got away. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective.
And what a play call. You can feel maybe a little bit of aggressiveness, this defensive line flying upfield. What do? Throw a screen right behind it, get it to your running back, let him do the rest, chew up some yardage, and make the big play for the offense.
They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Hit as he throws. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Wide receiver shows motion. Hand off from the shotgun. And he showed off that stiff arm for a nice pickup on the play. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. He'll set up to throw. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And this is going to be incomplete on third down.
Well, third and short, I think the offense was probably expecting blitz. That's why they dialed up the screen, but it did not fool the defense. Great job defending the screen, setting up fourth.
Perhaps emboldened by converting a fourth down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Hit as he throws. That ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football on this fourth down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout by the offense.
Well, this is not what the doctor ordered in terms of starting field position. The give to the back. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. 3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
By the defense.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. They're bringing heat. Gets it to the back. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
Well, they weren't able to gain a lot of real estate on that last completion deep down in their own end. If anything, if you're looking for a silver lining, I guess the punter maybe has a little bit more room to try to get one off now on 4th.
So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. Certainly not the greatest of kicks there, and they'll down it inside their own 40. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Strickland. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. He'll try to do it himself. Strikes the blow. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. On 1st down from the 13-yard line. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. And back to the air on 2nd down. He wants it all. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. The defense burns their 3rd and final timeout of the half. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. We're all locked up here in the 3rd quarter as he's set to kick it away. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16.
First and 10.
Offense set on first down. Keeping it on the ground to open the second half.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Now looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 26. They'll try to power their way ahead. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his tracks.
In your own territory, 4th down, no problem at all. They just go for it again.
What about you, Reese? Are you going for that?
Yeah, man.
Good enough for first down.
Now on first down from the 28. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Crosses the 40. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
After picking up a couple of first downs already on this drive, they'll snap it from close to midfield. They'll throw it on first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's complete. A huge pickup. Finds the finish line for the touchdown.
This is a special talent playing the tight end position because he's not a guy that's just going to catch flat routes and block. He's a guy you can line up all over the field. He can stretch the field vertically, shows off his speed. He has very rare athleticism for a guy at his position, and he showed it there on that long touchdown catch.
Fair catch, called for and made. On first down, here comes this offense. They're going to open this drive with a pass. He turns that loose down the right side. Fires the pass, intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Not only a great play, but tremendous discipline by this sophomore to make the pick. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Blasted as he lets it go. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Handoff to the lone back. They'll give him 4 on that one. It's 3rd and 6. Trying to pick up a first down. Now on the move. And they're able to get a third down stop here. See if they go for it on fourth.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
And here comes the punt team. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the coverage team able to make the tackle.
And the offense will take over. First and 10.
This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. He's going to pass. He's got his man. Ripping through the defense. They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield and he moves the sticks.
Quick completion to the right.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
Now on second and short. Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. Wide open downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. They're in the red zone, first and 10 from the 20. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. To the end zone, and it's picked off. Taking it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
You got to be sharp in the red zone. You can't turn the football over in the red zone. You got to be crisp. You got to be on time. You can tell the QB wasn't on time. The defender made him pay. Nice interception, stealing points now off the board.
Here comes the offense onto the field again. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
And here on first down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. He wants to throw. Going for the big play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Fires it incomplete. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. Now the play fake. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls in.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. A 1st down for the offense. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Pocket starts to collapse. The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him.
2nd down coming up.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Red pass, it's complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against the defense, playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You've got to take shots offensively.
Fires to the big fella. Good tackle there to stop him short of the 1st down, and now they have to make a call. And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on 4th down. Finds his tight end. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
That's a gutsy call, and I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
Quarterback on the move, still looking. He'll pull it down. Nice run there, picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Looking for room. It's Strickland. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the 1st down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the 1st down mark.
And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16.
Well, this offense is trying to ice the game. They've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but it's only by 1 possession, so you've got to be so careful with your decision-making, and that was not a good one by the quarterback. They now turn it over, and they better hope their defense can play well in this sudden change situation.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets him out to the 25-yard line.
You know, with defense, it's this pick or poison game, right? Like, I got to play a little bit soft and make them run the football, but when I do that, I give the running back space, and right there you could tell he takes advantage of it.
They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Looking to move it through the air. Coming after him. Bulls his way forward. Takes a hit as he fires. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Find space on the right. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line. Most important part of a clutch drive. Piece together some first downs. Get in position. And here they are on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Makes the grab. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
Well, you've seen the last 2 plays now. This guy's versatility. You've seen why he might be playing on Sundays in the not-too-distant future. This guy can catch the ball. He's a big part of their passing game, and he's a weapon and a guy that this defense has got to be ready for.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
I think coming into this season, they thought in order to have success, we have got to be able to run the ball and get this guy going. He hasn't scored yet this year, but a golden opportunity right now to finally break the seal.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. A run for the quarterback. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down.
The defense really gets it. They understand what's going on. The quarterback is a threat to run the football. I have to understand that. It changes the way I play defense. Am I going to have more speed on the field? Whatever I do, I got to make sure I do what they did right there. Focus in on the QB, lock in, and make sure he doesn't beat me.
Looking to the end zone. And it's caught for the touchdown. I don't know exactly what the defensive coverage was, but it certainly wasn't part of the plan to leave him that wide open.
Well, I don't think they know what their defensive coverage was either. How do you leave that big guy open down in the red zone? You know the quarterback loves the big tight ends in this area. Really poor job by the defense.
He's going to try his luck from the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15.
1st and 10.
This defense will try to get the ball back for their offense or at least prevent a score here late in the 4th. On the ground, it's Strickland. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on 1st down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good 2nd down.
2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. The clock stops as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the game. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Setting up the screen. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Listen, if I'm a QB, 2nd down, I want to check the ball down and get a manageable 3rd down. But when this defense is flying around like this, so fast closing out, he got to that running back, got him on the ground so fast, the running back had nowhere to go.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. Makes a move. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Looking for a productive play on first down. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
At the 45. Brings up second down.
The right play here is try to win it in regulation. Don't be too conservative. They'll run it on the counter. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The defense going to stop the clock with the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They need to get a little closer for a field goal try, and they've got to do it in a hurry. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
And the offense has found a lot of success throwing to this guy out of the slot. He's done a nice job working the middle of the field, winning his one-on-one matchups. And this quarterback really feels a good rhythm when he's looking his way.
He's got it on the right. Headed to the end zone. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. They'll try to add another to their lead. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish things off with a 21-yard touchdown pass. He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Going up top on first down. He's going up top here late in the game. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. You're in the fourth quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football. They're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best. And that time, they were able to force an incompletion.
He's going to pass on second down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. The offense uses a timeout. 15 seconds left to play.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Into the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown, and we might just have overtime on our hands.
How about the offense in that situation to come up so big? The place is going bananas. It's so hard to hear. It's so hard to execute. And you just put 6 on the board and have a chance to kick this PAT and tie the game.
The extra point is up and good, and we are tied up in the fourth. Coming down the stretch in the fourth, and we are all tied up, about set to kick it away. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. He's got his man. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds.
Called by the offense.
One play in this drive, and already out to the 41. It's first down. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense getting set for first down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. On the run, still looking. He'll throw one to his right. Incomplete, the final play of regulation, and now we head to overtime.
All time.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away. Makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
He'll just keep slinging it. Fires deep toward the end zone. If he runs this back, this game's over. Going the other way, and he's got room. And that will put a stamp on it. A game-deciding play as they seal it with a pick.
Oh, that's a throw the quarterback would love to have back. In this juncture of the game, it's overtime. You're down in the red zone. You know the windows are going to be small. Just got too aggressive with his decision-making. Throws the costly interception. Now the opponent's about to take over, and if they score, they win.
Defense has its back against the wall as they try to extend this game and force another overtime. Looking for space. It's Strickland. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. And he'll be out of bounds just short of the goal line, but man, are they in business now.
Oh, man, what a run. He wanted to get it in the house, but nice explosive play in the run game to get all the way down to the one, Palmer.
Great effort by him. I'd expect this offense now to try to go fast, punch this thing in using tempo.
Quarterback sneaks it ahead.
And nice job by this defense. You kind of knew something like this was coming. Great job. You got to get penetrated. First thing you have to do is get up under that center. Make it really hard for him to go forward right now. Nice penetration, stopping the quarterback sneak in its tracks.
And the D deny them on second and goal. Quarterback keeps it on the sneak. Wedges,